Kanye West, once hailed as a musical genius, has undoubtedly had a meteoric rise to fame, but with that rise came a series of controversies that would shape his public image for years to come. Born in Atlanta and raised in Chicago, Kanye's talent in music was evident from the start. His early work, especially his production on Jay-Z's The Blueprint and his solo debut The College Dropout, revolutionized hip-hop. His seamless blend of soulful samples and personal introspection made him a star, earning him critical acclaim and a massive fan following. However, Kanye's personality, brash and unapologetic, was never too far behind. His outbursts during award shows, rants on social media, and bold statements about everything from the music industry to politics left a trail of controversy that would come to define much of his career. The question that looms, however, is whether this controversial persona was a product of genius or simply a man struggling with his own sense of identity. Kanye's infamous 2009 MTV Video Music Awards incident marked a turning point in his career. When Taylor Swift won the award for Best Female Video, Kanye stormed the stage, grabbed the microphone, and declared that Beyoncé had the best video of all time. The world was stunned. Swift, who was just a teenager at the time, was left speechless, and the audience was divided between supporters of the pop icon and those who believed Kanye had crossed the line. The incident sparked a firestorm of media coverage, with many calling out Kanye for his rudeness and lack of respect for another artist's success. In the following years, Kanye would offer various apologies, but the incident had already planted the seed for his reputation as a man who, no matter how brilliant his work might be, was always willing to court controversy. Some believed his actions were a deliberate attempt to draw attention to Beyoncé's artistry, while others saw it as an example of his narcissistic tendencies. As Kanye's career progressed, his controversial actions and statements only became more frequent. He openly declared that slavery was a choice, a remark that sent shockwaves through the African American community and beyond. Many saw this as a betrayal of his roots and an ignorant remark that undermined the suffering of millions. Despite the backlash, Kanye continued to double down on his statements, offering explanations that many found unsatisfactory. His connection to politics also deepened, with Kanye openly supporting former President Donald Trump. His choice to wear a "Make America Great Again" hat and praise Trump in interviews seemed like an endorsement of policies that were widely criticized for their divisiveness. His political statements divided his fan base, with some supporting his right to free speech, while others felt betrayed by his apparent alignment with controversial figures. This period of political activism only added to the ongoing debates surrounding Kanye's mental health, with some believing that his actions were indicative of deeper personal struggles. Perhaps the most troubling chapter in Kanye's controversial career was his struggles with mental health. In 2016, Kanye was hospitalized for a psychiatric emergency, and the media speculated about his mental state. He had exhibited erratic behavior during his St. Pablo tour, canceling shows and making bizarre public statements. Many fans, who had previously seen him as an invincible artist, were now confronted with the reality that Kanye was human, vulnerable to the same struggles that affect many people behind closed doors. Yet, even in his most difficult moments, Kanye refused to back down from the public eye. His personal turmoil seemed to fuel his creativity, with albums like Ye and Jesus Is King reflecting his mental battles and spiritual awakening. His openness about his diagnosis of bipolar disorder sparked both empathy and criticism, with some feeling that he was exploiting his condition for publicity, while others applauded his candor. Kanye's relationship with the media has always been complicated. He frequently clashes with journalists and often accuses them of misrepresenting him. His rants and public outbursts have made him a polarizing figure, but they've also kept him in the spotlight. The media's obsession with his every move has created a cycle of controversy, where every tweet or interview is dissected and debated. Kanye, for his part, has openly criticized the media for perpetuating negativity and feeding into the public's fascination with scandal. Yet, this very scandalization seems to feed his brand, and in many ways, he has become a master of controlling the narrative. His social media presence, particularly his Twitter account, has been the stage for countless controversies, from wild theories to cryptic messages that send his followers into a frenzy. With every tweet, he ignites both admiration and disdain, and the more he ruffles feathers, the more attention he garners. In recent years, Kanye's public life has only grown more chaotic. His attempts to run for president in 2020 were met with mockery, but they also revealed a deeper layer of his personality, his desire to be seen as a visionary, someone who could change the world. Whether or not his presidential bid was serious remains unclear, but it only added to his image as an unpredictable and ambitious figure. As Kanye has become more outspoken about his religious beliefs, his fashion empire, and his role in shaping culture, the controversies surrounding him have become more complex. He has reinvented himself time and time again, shifting between personas and ideologies, but one thing remains constant: his willingness to push boundaries and challenge societal norms. The result is that Kanye West is both a visionary and a villain in the eyes of the public, a man whose genius is often overshadowed by his larger-than-life personality. Kanye West's story is a cautionary tale of what happens when an artist's brilliance is intertwined with a penchant for controversy. It's a narrative of fame, mental health struggles, and the need for validation, all wrapped up in a package of boundless creativity and unyielding confidence. For many, Kanye represents the ultimate paradox, a man who is both revered and reviled, adored and scorned, admired and criticized. His controversial nature has sparked debate about the line between genius and madness, between artistic expression and irresponsibility. As the world continues to watch Kanye, one thing is certain: his legacy will be forever shaped by the controversies that have followed him throughout his career. Whether he will be remembered as a visionary who changed the music industry or as a cautionary tale of excess and arrogance is a question only time will answer.